hold up, before you scroll down. No, because I know some of y'all be scrolling down to the comments and typing before you even watch the video. Hold up, before you do so, number one, be respectful. I don't want anyone being attacked, whether it's other commenters or people from Game Law. Don't attack nobody. Be respectful. I will remove you. I read every single comment. I will hide you. I don't play that. Number two, don't be writing in the comments, I'm going to uninstall or I'm going to delete the game or I'm going to quit. If you got to announce that you're going to quit or uninstall, you're not quitting. You don't fool nobody. You just want things to change and it's probably not going to. So, you know, if you're going to quit, just do it silently. You know, silence kills. No, I'm just saying, assassins. The third and final thing is the video is about Disney Speedstorm dying. We've noticed, and I also talk about this frequently on the channel, the game has gotten progressively worse over time. However, let's be honest, we know the game was dead before now. No, it was. People was leaving. I'm toxic. But for real, I know some of you guys might think that I only make negative content on Disney Speedstorm, but let's have a little one-on-one here. I cover the game. If whatever they do is negative, then, you know, a negative video is gonna pop out. When I make talk videos, they're not just talking and stating my own opinion, but I'm also just looking at things objectively. Is it better for everyone or just better for a certain type of player? Sometimes what might look like sunshine and daisies is good for one group, but not for the other. I look at everyone, something that Gameloft should be doing on their own time because they get paid for it. I'm sorry, look, I got a little emotional. Let's go through these notes and see what's gonna change. So let's talk about what tournaments are. What exactly are tournaments? Tournaments are a way for players to access content from previous seasons through new multi-stage racer tournaments and earn seasonal themed trophies and rewards from previous golden passes via the new vault passes. Why is that such a mouthful? Y'all periods, returns, something, because I'm toxic. We talked about this last community pit stop though. No, we did. So tournaments are basically going to be Mario Kart Cups. If you ever play Mario Kart, Crash Team Racing, whatever, they're actually adopting good things from other kart racers, which is what we want, obviously. Everybody that plays Disney Speedstorm has played other kart racers, which is why we like the genre. There's no reason to not take from them in the first place. We should have been doing this a long time ago. Let's move on though. Let's keep going. The game's new main layout will now include a world map button, which takes players to a current season as well as tournaments. So they're doing pretty much what I said in my podcast. I'm gonna just stop doing podcasts. No, because every time I do a podcast, I say something and every season it happens. There's not been a podcast where I say they should do something and then it doesn't happen. Look, I'm sorry. All these horrible changes that y'all get, it's because of me. No, I apologize. I do. Please accept it. So basically what we're gonna have is going to be a way to get old stuff that we really wanted, you know, for newer players. You can get old stuff again. So that's kind of cool. I haven't read all these patch notes. I just skimmed through, so I don't even know what's going to be coming up next. But so far, sounds pretty good. During season 7, tournaments inspired by Disney's and Pixar's Monsters Inc., Toy Story, and Disney Lilo and Stitch will gradually become available. And all world tournaments will not have time limitations to complete. More tournaments will be added at a later date. So basically what they're saying is they're bringing back the old school stuff, but slowly. They're gonna drip feed you, but it's a mobile game and that's, you know, what usually happens. So again, not really too bad. So how do tournaments work? Let's take a closer look. Okay, let's see what's gonna be down. Racer tournaments. In a tournament, each racer from the season has a set of racer tournaments. Each racer tournament will consist of 4 races for each of the 3 difficulty cups. Again, just similar to Mario Kart, Crash Team Racing, all the other kart racers out there. Players can play any tournament from the racers they have unlocked. For example, if players have racer Mike Wazowski unlocked, they can start racing in specific racer tournaments. Wait, so the person has to have the characters before they can even do this? You know it's crazy. It's crazy when they release something new with cashers already in mind. I already said in previous seasons, every season was getting worse and worse for free-to-play players. Nobody believed me because they didn't experience the issues that real free players experience. But now we're getting to some things where it's like even early access players are getting gated. So now everybody's upset. I can see why. No, I can see, but it's just kind of messed up. We could have been upset together and had things changed a long time ago. I'm emotional. Sorry. That's wild though. Why would they do that? What is the point of like locking this stuff for? That's wild. I don't even have any words. That's wild. In each racer tournament, players will earn vault points and trophies based on their placement. Players must place at least in 3rd to start earning points and trophies. 3 tournaments break down as follows. Novice Cup, Pro Cup, Super Cup, makes sense. Recommended level is 10, 20, and 30. So not only do you need the character, but you need to have them leveled up. Good Lord. There's so many gates. Jeez. Is this Hollywood? I'm sorry. Look, don't take me out. That was a joke. So that's wild. I can't believe that. And on top of this, by the way, I just want to say they also changed the way that levels work now. So they don't work the same. If you have a 2-star racer, you're only getting to level 20. I believe that if you have like enough for 2 stars, it's level 20. Yeah, no, maybe. Anyway, 2 stars starts at 20. 2 stars doesn't start at 15 anymore. So let's just say I have 2 stars. I can't rank up to 25 like I used to be. You're going to need enough shards and enough materials. On top of that, all the new materials, which are now coins, are to every racer. It's not split up. This means, especially as a newer player, you're not gonna have no coins. When you do get coins, you're gonna be forced to waste them on stuff like this because they all go to characters. You're never really gonna be able to level up. This also means you need to do this in tandem with doing the season tour. Oh my Jesus, that's, oh my Lord, that's a lot. Ooh, baby. All right, let's keep reading. Players will earn a bronze trophy if they reach 3rd place as their best position in the final tournament leaderboard, and a silver trophy if they reach 2nd place, and a gold trophy if they reach 1st place. Okay, so that's normal. I don't think there's anything like wrong with that. That makes sense. All tournaments will have a common daily tries, okay? A common daily try system through tournament tickets. Players who have not purchased a Vault Pass will have 4 tickets available to them across the tournaments. If a player has purchased a Vault Pass, they will have unlimited tickets in the tournament. Let's back that up. All tournaments will have a common daily try system through tickets. Players who have not purchased a Vault Pass will have 4 tickets. That sounds good, but it doesn't sound good. It's one of those things that like you hear it and you see it, but it doesn't make sense. We're gonna have daily tries of 4 tickets across the tournaments, right? Realistically, what did it just say? Players will earn a trophy if they reach 3rd place as their best position in the final tournament leaderboard. This means that I think, please Game Loft, I don't even want to say it because they do everything I say, but I don't think it's 1 ticket per the whole race or per the whole like tournament. I think it's 1 ticket per race of the tournament. Bruh. And a daily try system through tournament tickets. I also think they might just give you 1 ticket each day. Wait, I'm gonna assume that second part is incorrect, but I do think that you need 1 ticket per race. There's 4 races in a tournament. I believe it said that, right? And you get 4 tickets across that you can use across the tournaments if you don't purchase the Vault Pass, which means you get 4 tickets. There's a daily try system, so this means that you get 4 tickets outright, and if you want to try again, you need to buy the pass, otherwise you can't try again for another day. So it's locked out each day and it's 1 ticket per race. That is what I'm getting. I hope that that's not the case because that is again wild, but we know this is a mobile game and we know they like to drip feed content, so that would actually line up with everything. But I hope Game Loft, if you're listening, that you did not just take those words and was like, that is a great idea, we weren't going to do that but we are now. I hope that's not the case, but reading what I'm reading, and like I said, they word things weird on purpose. Reading how I'm reading, that's what it seems like it's saying. But let's read what the Vault Pass actually is. So each previous season's tournament will be attached to a Vault Pass. So one like collection per Vault Pass. Wait, what? Let's keep reading first of all, because I didn't sound right after I heard it. Which will bring back rewards from that season's Golden Pass. So you're basically just getting, it's an old season pass that you're paying for, basically. You don't really need to play the current season then. What are they doing? Okay, players will advance in the Vault Pass by participating in the tournaments tied to the season and earning Vault points, similar to the Golden Pass. The Vault Pass will have both free and premium rewards, as players will be able to purchase the Vault Pass. What? Okay, that was part of the same sentence. Each season's Vault Pass will have similar rewards to the season's original Golden Pass, including Racer and Crew unlocks and vanity items, as well as new exclusive card colors. Let's back that up. Including Racer and Crew unlocks. Yo, okay. The premium track of each Vault Pass will be available as a direct purchase. Oh, Jesus. And the Vault Bundle. Okay, so the Vault Pass will be a direct purchase. So you can't use tokens to buy the Vault Pass, which makes sense. Honestly, that's not even really... That would be weird. I don't know if they're going to do the same thing with the Golden Pass. Again, I haven't read everything. But with the Vault Pass, it does make sense because basically you just get more free stuff. They don't like giving you free stuff. They done screwed up earlier. They were like, this game's going to be a total success. Screwed the game up. Now they biting it in the butt and they're going to need to charge more. So we're not going to get a lot of free stuff as much because of the choices that they made earlier that I was already talking about few seasons back, few months back, 8 months, whatever, right? Things did not change. So now it's kind of unfortunate because players are leaving, which means they need a way to then bring the revenue back. What's the best way to do that? Make things cost more. So whenever you see changes in pricing and whenever you see changes in things needing to be paid, that's kind of solidifying the fact that players are leaving and they need to do something to compensate for that. So whenever you notice that, that's why. The Vault Pass will be a bundle which you can unlock for $15 if you want to, or $7, obviously $8 or $16, or equivalent to local currency, allowing you to skip the first 15 tiers. Okay, so that's obvious. We already know that's how Golden Pass worked. The new Golden Pass and Season Tour structure. Ooh, I like that word, structure. Starting in Season 7, significant structural changes will be coming to both Golden Passes and Season Tour. Huh? Did I miss that? Both Golden Passes. Oh, because they broke the pass into two. I remember that. All right, let's keep going. Did they even touch on that yet? A high-level summary of changes can be found below, and these are further explained in more detail. We encourage you to read everything so you can better plan out your approach to Season 7. Oh, the approach gonna be uninstalling. No, I'm toxic. I'm sorry. Okay. Our goals with the changes are make our Golden Passes more engaging and faster to complete for players. Okay. Allow players to focus more on which racers they wish to unlock via Golden Pass. Okay. Give more rewards to players that can be used on any racer in the game. Okay. I mean, that's one's kind of a given, considering they removed all the resources and whatnot, but I know sometimes when you're doing things, you need 3 instead of 2. No, I feel you, patch notes writer. I'm with you on that one. The high-level summary of the changes are below. All right, so seasons will now be split into 2 parts, approximately 1 month. So instead of having a full 2 months, we got 1 month, 1 month. I kind of already said they were gonna do that. They did that. Each part will contain 4 to 5 season tour chapters. Each part will have a free Golden Pass track, which means there's now 100 tiers of rewards to earn for free. That doesn't really help. When they do things like that, you know it's kind of nonsense. Like, no disrespect. But I don't like that because it makes me, as a reader, feel like you think I'm dumb. When they say things like, you can get so much, it's like, bro, there's walls everywhere. You're not playing me. But that's a personal thing. You know, I don't, is it condescending? Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh, patronizing. That's probably the word I'm looking for. Condescending. I don't think that's not the right word. Patronizing. I feel like I'm being patronized when I read stuff like that. And I don't like that. That's just personal. Maybe y'all can change that, patch notes writer. Maybe it's just me though. Let me know. Tiers will now require 1,000 XP to complete, a 50% drop, making rewards quicker to earn. Okay. Each part will have a premium Golden Pass for $10 or equivalent to local currency. Each part will have a premium Golden Pass, but let's back that up. Did I just, each part gonna have, so let me get this straight. There's 2 parts to a Golden Pass. You know what I'm saying? I got that much. We got to pay for 2 of those. So you got to pay for the first part and the second part. You can't use tokens, I don't think, but we'll keep reading and see. Also, you got to pay for the Vault Pass. You know what I mean? Like Vault 76, Fallout. We got to pay for the Vault Pass. Which was how much, by the way? Did they increase the prices? Or did they lower the prices? Let's go back. This is just my first reaction, guys. I'm sorry. I need to see these things. Okay, so it's $8 for that, and then it's $10 for, okay, so the vault pass is cheaper. So we're paying for 3 passes. That's like 30 to 40 bucks. But if you think about it, if you're a cashier, you already do this. This type of stuff doesn't change your impact on the game at all. If anybody's upset, it's not someone who spends money, because they spend money anyway. This means they get more to play and they get more bang for their buck. So usually the people that spend money are going to be the ones that they're making the change for. This is why I always say they focus on the group that are paying. They know, because it's Disney, because it's, you know, people love Disney, they can make any decision and still get the same money because people love Disney. And if you're already a cashier, you're not gonna care. What's a bonus $10? What's a bonus $20? I got more to do anyway. That's what they're marketing to. And you could say, well, that's kind of disrespectful. That's kind of messed up. You guys shouldn't be doing that. But at the end of the day, if you're a free player that's getting free stuff from the rank system to then buy the pass to get more free stuff on a mobile game, that's a little too much. And so I kind of understand where they're coming from when they do these changes. I don't agree with it. I never do. But objectively thinking, that makes total sense. And it's not really like horrible, because the people that still play the game or that are hardcore players spend anyway. So realistically, it is better for those people. So if you hear someone say, I enjoy these changes, these are great, it's because they cash. Period. If you are a free player, this change is horrible for you. But again, I always look at both sides of the story. I'm never gonna be like, hey, this is awesome, because I look at both. It's not a good change overall, but if you are someone who cashes, and if you are part of that group that they've been monetizing to for the seasons that we've been having, this change ain't nothing. And you probably are gonna enjoy it because it does give you a lot. So that's something to think about. All right, so let's talk about season tour length and parts. We've noticed that since the game was released in early access in April 2023, 83% of the players do not reach tier 50 of our Golden Pass. The number is even higher for players who start later in the season. I mean, obviously, if you start later in the season, you're not going to be able to complete anything anyway. You don't have any characters. As far as the season pass goes, I want to say this is just because people stop playing. Like, a lot of the times when I talk about players leaving the game, people think I'm just saying nonsense and I don't have facts and whatnot. But the last time I spoke on it, I actually had numbers. Like, players that play this game, they usually come for the 1 or 2 days or for their character that they like, and then they stop playing. It's obvious. And we also know that players that come, if they are new, leave instantly because they don't have anything. That's also obvious. So we already know this. We already know this already. Them giving us these numbers don't really do anything but solidify everything I've been saying before. And it makes sense on why they're making changes like this. We aim to make both the season tour, We aim to make both the season tour and, by extension, the Golden Pass faster to complete for players by dividing it into 2 separate parts of approximately 1 month each. Having a new part to focus on each month will give players something fresh and new to focus on at this. Hold up. We aim to make both the season tour and, by extension, the Golden Pass faster to complete for players by dividing it into 2 separate parts of approximately 1 month each. First off, if the season is 2 months anyway, how does this make this faster? I might be missing something. Second off, approximately. We know when Gameloft uses approximately. I literally said this too, though. Again, I'm sorry, guys. I already said they're gonna extend the seasons. They're going to bring back old seasons and give you stuff to do. This basically means they can recycle the same season over and over, and they can extend the current season because now you got more stuff to do. I called that already. I already knew it was going to happen, especially because the game wasn't going in a great direction, especially after Frozen. Bro, we got Frozen and nobody played the game anyway. That right there is saying this game is, there's no reason to service anybody but the people who spam play this game, because really nobody continues to play at all. And I just find that interesting. Because now that we know they're going to stall off seasons and we know they're going to recycle seasons, I really wonder how frequently they're going to update the game. Because I've done research on their past like 30-ish games, they do this all the time. They start hot and then they start slowing down with updates and just letting the game just sit for a while. They do that with every single game. And now it's coming to fruition. A lot of people might thought, hey, Poppin, you're crazy. This game's gonna have this. Every season's gonna be good. I'm be like, man, it's gonna slow down. I did my research. Again, I don't see things with rose-tinted glasses. I literally did the research. That's how every single game that they have goes. Hot, stalls out updates. This right here is saying exactly just that. Now, there are some people that are like, Poppin, this is great. I can revisit some of my characters. This is awesome. The issue with this is that that's kind of how the community usually thinks in terms of funnels. You know, they kind of train us to be fitting. They that sounds so bad. They trained us to fit in funnels. And if a change fits your funnel, you're happy. Anybody else in the other funnels are upset. That's how they trained it. Me, on the other hand, always the black sheep, saying the opposite of what everybody else says, because I see all the funnels. I don't just see the funnel I'm currently in. I see the new player funnel. I see the people that started a few seasons ago funnel. I see the cash funnel. I see the early access funnel. I see all these funnels. And when changes are made, I speak on my opinion on which they affect. If it comes out negative, just that's because, well, you know, maybe only one funnel is getting happy about it. But again, it's how they trained us. Right. And so that might be some of the people's thought process, but that's also just like, if you're a cashier or if you have a lot, it's like, bro, that's whack. You're going to be basically halting my progress for us to basically then play some past stuff. That's kind of whack. But that's how all their games go. And then that's how all the players that stay are only the people who cash a lot, because now the game is literally walled off to only those who are going to spend, whether it be a lot or a little. You're gonna have to spend. And one of the things with mobile games is it's never just once. You're gonna have to spend continuously. And this is why I say those who already pay aren't really tripping. They got more to do for the price that they're paying. And that's a good thing, right? If you are hardcore dedicated, if you really love the game and you've been paying, you should be the one that gets a lot of the cool stuff, right? And that's what's happening. The sad part is those are only gonna be the players that are left, those people, which means less people will play, which means the cashers might stop caring, which means the game just going to end up being dead right then and there. And then that'll be the end of Speedstorm. Or they'll just leave the game running. Gameloft doesn't really shut down games unless it's forced to, like kicked off the platform. They have some games that literally just got removed from platforms because it just, they couldn't probably afford the price, or it just really wasn't doing well. That rarely happens, and so they're just probably gonna let it sit. Let's move on. The season tour will still have a total of 9 to 10 chapters, as is currently the case. The chapters will be split between each part, which we know. You don't need to purchase a golden pass to access the season tour chapters during part 1 or part 2. That's cool. But players will not be able to access the part 1 season tour chapters after the conclusion. Let's go back. You do not need to purchase a golden pass to access the season tour chapters during part 1 or part 2, but will not be able to access the part 1 season tour chapters after the conclusion. You're telling me I gotta get done with this tour? So they're basically treating one season as 2. Again, I called that as well, so I'm not gonna talk too much about that. But they're basically treating one season as 2. Right now, it's kind of the same. You miss out on that 2-month period, you can't go back. They're bringing it back for an unlimited amount of time, so you can always revisit it. But if you missed out on part 1, you're gonna have to wait for them to bring it back in the Vault Pass to then play it for an unlimited amount of time. Woo, baby. Talk about FOMO. Basically, though, if you already play this game and you're a hardcore player, you probably don't care because you probably do it anyway. So realistically speaking, this doesn't really affect anybody but those who drop in periodically, I think. Especially because they made it faster to complete, they said. So I don't really think that's much of a bad thing. They just want to make sure you're playing consistently, which makes sense. There will continue to be Racer available. Wait, what? There will continue to be a Racer available for free via the season tour. In season 7, there will be 20 shards available from part 1 chapters and 20 more available from part 2. This means that at a minimum, All players are guaranteed to unlock this racer and can take them to 2 stars if you earn all the shards on offer across both parts of the chapter. I like how they worded that there. I'm telling you, they like to word things in a way that's like, wow. But if you really read it, it's kind of like, bro, no. So basically they're saying, even if you're free, you're guaranteed to have at least a 2-star racer each season. Cool. You might be thinking, but what about them upgrade materials? Are the upgrade materials then going to be behind the paywall? We ain't thinking about that, huh? Nah. You over here writing some things. Patch notes writer, no shade to you. I'm talking about Game Loft. I love you. I'm here with it. But the fact that we said it like that really makes me feel like it was an accident and you didn't mean it, or it was intentional and we was trying to hide it. Y'all ain't slick, Game Loft. Y'all not smooth. Basically what it's saying though is it's cool that we get enough shards, but remember they broke them up. You're gonna need to use the upgrade materials to then max out that racer. Keep in mind, if you wanna level old racers, you're gonna use the same materials. This means we're gonna have to level up characters that we love, right? Because if you love a character, you wanna level up, you wanna max it, cool, great. Then you're gonna have to do it for the Vault Pass, and there's like 4 characters in there, and then they're adding Lilo and Stitch and Toy Story, so you're gonna have to do it for those. Then you're gonna have to unlock, or like put more upgrade materials into the season tour chapter for that. And then when the second part comes, because you know the second part, the 5 through 10 is always just super high level racers and racers you don't have, you're gonna have to then use materials for that. If you're a free player, that's rough. But they didn't say you can't use tokens to buy. Oh, wait, golden passes. We'll read that next. I was going to say they didn't say you couldn't use tokens. I don't know, but we'll be reading that next. But just to kind of finish wrapping up here, that's wild. I'm very curious to see how many points or how many coins we can get from different things, because this is really shaping up to be just a cash game. You pay to play, basically. And if we gonna pay to play, I'm gonna just play Final Fantasy 14. No, I'm just saying there's other pay to play games that treat me better. I don't need no man. I'm such a troll. Why do y'all watch me? I'm so troll. Like, anybody who watches my content and don't know who I am, they're like, what is this? Who is this guy? Hey, it's a part of the program. If you subscribe, you already know what you're gonna get. Okay, so let's move on to the season passes, well, golden passes. Starting in season 7, each part will have its own dedicated golden pass with free and premium tracks, which makes sense. The premium golden pass will no longer be purchasable with tokens and will only be available as a direct purchase for $10 or equivalent in local currency. This makes sense. Majority of the player base probably doesn't even pay for the golden pass, which means they're losing money. I know some people are like probably upset about it, but at the end of the day, I mean, you gotta think, man, if it's a mobile game, if the goal is to get money and y'all getting stuff for free, including myself, it's kind of like, why? They don't really get any money, right? Especially early access players. And I know there might be a lot of commotion with it because now you're experiencing what free-to-play players experience, where they can't get anything without spending money. And the advice was always play ranked, even though they don't have enough, stars or levels to play ranked and earn it anyway. You're feeling what they're feeling. It's only natural for you to be just as upset as them. However, the them usually left the game anyway, right? So now we're all in the same boat. Early access is in the same boat. Everybody's in the same boat except the people who already paid to play the game. As I said before, those players don't really care because they already dropped money on the game. They love the game anyway. What is an extra 20 bucks? You get more out of it anyway. What is it? Who cares, right? So, or extra 10 bucks. Well, I guess it's 20 because you got to buy both tracks. Jesus. I don't agree with it, but I understand why they're doing it. Again, we're losing players. If majority of the population are players that aren't spending money, where is the money coming from? This means the whales are having to break their back to keep the game in service, and honestly, they probably don't want that. And so the best way to do that is try to convert everybody as fast as possible into being one of that, paying player. Yes, we're gonna eventually just have a whole game full of paying players, but if you love the game, you're gonna pay anyway. That's just how life is. If you love something enough, you'll pay for it. You'll be mad that you gotta pay for it, but you'll pay for it. And unfortunately, it is what it is. Again, I don't agree with it, but I understand it. I've been getting the season pass for free since early access. I understand it. It sucks, but I understand it. And I think if we look at it in that way, it makes sense. Whether or not we like it, it does make sense. Especially if the majority of the people are free anyway. Or free-ish. Let's just say the majority of people don't spend on the pass. Let me say that. All right. So Golden Pass bundles, whatever, we already know this. It's also important to note that the Season Pass credits can still be used to unlock Premium Golden Pass. If you guys don't know what a Season Pass credit is, this is something that players were given in early access. I don't think the people that started in Season 4 got them. Or maybe you get them from boxes as well. Like if you purchase a bundle, maybe you get them from there. But that's what they're referring to. If you don't have one, then you don't have one. But, you know, it's nothing you can get unless you pay or unless you already had it. Each part's Golden Pass will have the same number of tiers as the full season-long Golden Pass available in previous seasons, so players can earn double the rewards they could before. That makes sense. So basically, what we had before is a free and a premium, but they were on the same track. So there's 50 rewards, right? I don't know how many free, but I'm gonna say they split it down the middle. So you have 25 free and then 25 paid. Now they're saying instead of the 25, you can have 50 for free and 50 for being paid, which means the $10 Golden Pass is actually worth more now than it would have been worth before. Again, I like seeing things objectively. I understand what's happening. I understand how much, you know, it's worth. I don't agree with it, but everything makes sense. It does. And so I'm glad that they are giving people who are going to pay for that premium pass more stuff. Do I like it? Again, no. I don't want to see comments. Poppin cares about blah blah. I care about everybody. First off, no, I'm not going to pay for the pass. Second off, because I don't like to support the company that's not doing anything I'm asking for. But I do understand what they're doing and why they have to do it. So there is also that part of me that thinks a little bit logical. I'm a Libra. That's what I'll do. So players will now have 100 tiers to earn in the free track of the Golden Pass. Oh, wait, 100 tiers? Oh, yeah, I already said that. Wait, huh? That doesn't seem right. Players will, oh, because you split the season into two. Oh, that's even more. So instead of having 25 to 25, you now have 100 and 100, which means if you pay, you get a full 200 access. That's kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of wild. That's probably why they said approximately, because they want to see how long people take to complete stuff and probably adjust it from there. That's pretty cool. No, that's not that bad of a change. That's not that bad of a change. We got to see what they're going to give us, because you might have a whole bunch of fluff in there for nothing, but that's actually not a bad change, especially considering that you're paying for premium. You're actually getting more as a free player now than you got as a free player then without purchasing the pass. I think we're too focused on the shards here, but if we look at literally everything, you get more now than you got before. So there's really nothing to be too upset about that. I have to see how much they plan to give us through those, because we don't know what items are in there, but realistically speaking, that ain't that bad. That ain't that bad for both parties, people who pay and people who don't. But we'll have to see if there's any walls, because y'all know there'd be some paywalls to stuff. Like, oh, you can only do 10 if you have this character. If you don't have this character unlocked, or if you're not high enough to do that. I hope they don't do that. Give them off, please. Just leave it on this note. Don't you do no underhanded stuff like that, because this is okay. The pass thing is aight. The free track of each part's Golden Pass will contain 30 shards for another racer, meaning that at a minimum, all players are guaranteed to unlock this racer and can take them to 2 stars if you earn all the unlockable shards across the 2 passes. Oh, let me backtrack. I said that it sounded good, but it sounds like what they're gonna do is they're gonna drip feed shards to fluff out the entire season. So they said they had 100 per season, right? So yeah, 100 per season. And they're gonna give us 30 shards. Free track has 30 shards for one racer. And you get 30 shards throughout the entirety of the season. This means that it's possible that they're gonna give us like 2 shards each track or something stupid like that. Okay, I disregard it. That's why I always say you got to see it, because sometimes what they say, I could be wrong. Let me say that I could be wrong, but I just kind of know the pattern. Whenever they say something and it seems good, it's never really good. There's always a backhanded to it. There's 50, there's 100. It just seems like they're breaking things up very small to then make sure that you play for a lot longer, to then make sure that you feel like you're being rewarded for little itsy bitsy pieces. Now, I will say that it's not too bad considering they did change how upgrading characters works. So like 2 shards actually can net you a level. But at the end of the day, if things require 30 levels, right, or something like that, this isn't really gonna help. And it's kind of wild to me. That's kind of wild to me. That's a bad change. That's a bad change. If it's how I think it is, and Gameloft does that, and they basically just gave us the same pass then at that point. I hope that's not what they did. I pray that's not what they did. But Gameloft, you don't surprise me anymore. Each part's premium golden pass will feature a different racer. Huh? What? Each part's premium golden pass feature a different racer? You telling me I only get 1 character if I'm free? Now you could say, yeah, that's what we mad about, but before you weren't able to get certain characters without being a premium player anyway, unless you spun a box or something like that. Or you did a limited event. So I'm pretty sure they're going to give people a chance to unlock the second one in a limited event or a box or something like that. I don't think they're going to be that shady, but it does kind of suck. Like, reading it sucks, but we've already kind of been there with the other stuff. So it doesn't really, it's nothing new. That was kind of something that already happened. But it sucks. Players who purchase each part's premium golden pass will be able to earn 70 shards for 70 shards. Bruh. Okay, no, this cements it. This cements it right here. This is a pay to win game. This is a legit pay to win game. This submits it right here. And we're not able to use tokens. And even if you are using tokens in the shop, it was already pay to win. Don't get me wrong, but I know a lot of people were like, well, you can do a lot if you do the multiplayer and then you get the tokens and then you put tokens into the pass and then the pass can give you the... If you're a free player, it sucked, period. Don't even try to make that make sense. But now everybody's in that same boat of the real free to play players and you can't get nothing. This has definitely turned into a pay to win game, and it low key it kind of turned into a pay to play game, low key, but not really. But it's definitely pay to win. This means you're not gonna be able to do some tours unless you pay. Not gonna be able to win ranked matches unless you pay, because clearly that's a lot of shards. You're not gonna be able to do 70 shards, my mans. On top of that, if you probably have the premium pass, you're gonna earn more coins than everybody, so you're gonna be able to upgrade more. Like, bro, people that paid out on this season, you're about to have so much of an advantage. You already have an advantage, but this just takes the cake. Yeah, this is rough. They really cut off free-to-play players for a while now, but now they're cutting off everybody who's not cashing. It's kind of like we already knew we were going down this road, and I was just always kind of like the crazy guy that talked about it, and everybody was like, shut up, Poppin', you don't know nothing. But people that were in the scenario that I would always explain understood what I was saying. And every season, the scenario got different and everything got a little bit harder for everybody. And eventually we started to realize it. But by then it was too late. Now we're like really at the point of no return. And it kind of sucks because we could have spoke about this a long time ago and maybe had some change back then. But the fact that players just stopped playing, the fact that they removed local characters from the play, the fact that they remove characters from the private chat if you don't have the characters, the fact that they lock things behind walls, the fact that they want all the upgrades to be one material. People think that's a good thing. That's obviously a horrible thing. People that don't have a lot of the coins aren't going to be able to level up a lot of the racers that they're going to need to do a lot of the things. It's all bad. It's all bad. So at the end of the day, this isn't surprising because we were already down this road. It's only surprising to the players that didn't pay attention on that journey. So I'm not surprised. The game is definitely turned into pay to play, or not pay to play, I'm sorry, pay to win. Like officially. Before it was kind of unofficial. This is official. Officially pay to win. So we can really use that term now. And now it's unofficially pay to play. Again, I don't mind if you guys leave comments below. Do what you do. But if you're disrespectful to anybody in the comments or anybody at Gameloft or anything like that, I'm gonna hide you because we don't play that. Opinions are great, but don't be disrespectful to anybody. So at this point, we come to the conclusion that the game is dead? Well, the game was already dying. I already said that. No, because we lost literally like thousands each month. So look, but can we officially say this is a turning point to a dead game? No. Why? Because they have Disney that's backing them, which means that people are already addicted to the mechanic of Speedstorm, whether it be to level up their racer, whether it be to max out their collection, whether it be to stay on top of that leaderboard. They're already kind of addicted to the system, which means that that's the market that they're focusing on. So they're focusing on players that literally play consistently, and then the cashers. And they want to turn the consistent players into cashers. If you're already a casher, then, this ain't nothing. So is it going to be dead? The game's not going to die anytime soon. It will die eventually, especially if it gets worse than this. Most people that are playing right now anyway probably have cashed in some sort of shape or form, even if it's like $10 for a racer for 5 shards, which means that you are probably going to pay for the pass anyway. And then if you're a casher, you're going to pay for it anyway. So anyway. So this pretty much means they're going to only lose a little bit. And these are the people that kind of played every now and then anyway, which doesn't really affect the player base. The player base that plays now are the people who are addicted, or like addicted to the formula, which isn't bad. Games literally make formulas for you to be addicted to. So people that are addicted to the formula, whether you're free or not. The people that are paying a little bit, whether or not you're paying it out your butt, you're paying just a little bit to kind of hang on. $10 isn't really that much. You'll probably pay for one part, but not the other. Then you have the people that pay for everything, right? And through those 3 groups, you have leaderboard people that will continue to play the game. People that love the tours continue to play the game. People that love maxing out their collections. You're going to have all those people still playing. So realistically, is the game dead? No. Is the game going to die anytime soon? No. Will it die eventually? Yes, because they're going to stop doing content for it. We already see this in their previous games. But that's just my thoughts. That's all it is. It's just thoughts. Until next time, you know what I always say. Like you guys are doing what? Popping often. Will often.